The pain started at 3 a.m. Sharp, stabbing, radiating from my lower right abdomen. I tried to sleep through it, thinking it was just cramps or something I'd eaten. By 6 o'clock, I was curled on the bathroom floor, vomiting and unable to stand. Mom found me there at 7 o'clock. She had a hair appointment at 9 o'clock and needed to get ready for her best friend Karen's wedding at 2 o'clock. The dress, cream-colored silk with delicate beading, hung on her closet door, the one she'd been talking about for months. "What's wrong?" she asked, standing in the doorway in her bathrobe, coffee mug in hand. "My stomach," I gasped. "Something's really wrong. It hurts so bad. I can't move." "Did you eat something weird?" "No, Mom. I think I need to go to the hospital." Her expression shifted instantly, to annoyance. "Look, I knew too well. Today of all days you're feeling sick? Emma, I can't help when it hurts. Please, can this wait?" "Something's really wrong," I begged. She sighed and set her coffee down. "Let me call Karen and tell her I'll be a bit late." "Mom, I need to go now. I have a hair appointment in 2 hours. The wedding is at 2 o'clock. I'm a bridesmaid, Emma. I can't miss this." "I'm not asking you to miss it. Just take me to the hospital." She called Karen while I lay on the cold bathroom floor. I could hear her through the door. "Emma's having some stomach issues. I might need to push back getting ready." No, I'll definitely be there. I'm not missing your wedding. I just need to take her to urgent care real quick." "Urgent care? Not the ER. As if this was a cold or sprained ankle." She drove me to the urgent care clinic near our house. By then the pain was so intense I was crying. The doctor, a young woman named Dr. Martinez, pressed on my abdomen. I screamed. "How long has the pain been this severe?" "Since about 6 this morning, and it's localized here, lower right quadrant." She nodded. "I think this is appendicitis. She needs to go to the emergency room immediately for imaging and likely surgery." Mom's face went pale. "Surgery? Today?" "Appendicitis is an emergency," Dr. Martinez said firmly. "If it ruptures, it can be life-threatening. She needs to be seen now." "But I have a wedding. I'm a bridesmaid. It's my best friend's wedding." Dr. Martinez stared at her. "Your daughter needs emergency surgery. Can't it wait until tomorrow? The wedding is at 2. I could take her after." "No," Dr. Martinez said sharply. "If her appendix ruptures, she could develop sepsis. She could die." Mom looked at me, then at her watch. "Emma, I've been planning for this wedding for 8 months. Karen is my best friend. I'm a bridesmaid. Do you know how important this is?" "Mom, I'm in pain. I need surgery." "This wedding is too important," she snapped. "I can't miss this. Karen will never forgive me. And I spent $200 on a dress." Dr. Martinez cut in. "Ma'am, your daughter is 19. She can consent to her own medical care, but she needs support. Can't someone else take her?" "What about her father?" "Dad's in Seattle," I whispered. "He won't be back until Sunday." Mom stood there, torn between her daughter in agony and a wedding that would last 4 hours. Finally she said, "I'll call Karen. She'll understand." But she didn't. I heard the conversation through the thin walls. Karen upset, Mom pleading, then silence. Mom came back in, defeated. "Karen said if I miss her wedding, our friendship is over. She said she's been planning this for a year and everyone has their role." "So what are you saying?" I asked. "I'm saying, I'll take you to the emergency room and get you admitted. But then I have to leave. I have to get ready. It's already 9:30. Something in me cracked. "You're going to drop me off for surgery alone? You're 19. You're an adult. Plenty of people go through surgery alone. I'm your daughter. And Karen is my best friend of 15 years. Do you know what it would do to her if I missed her wedding?" Dr. Martinez entered again. "We're losing time. She needs to go to the ER now." Mom drove me to Valley Memorial Hospital, checked me in, and waited while they took me back for a CT scan. The scan confirmed it: acute appendicitis. Surgery was scheduled for 1 o'clock. It was 11:15. Mom stood next to my bed in pre-op as I lay there in a hospital gown in my arm. "I have to go," she said. "I need to get ready." "You'll be fine. I'll come back after the reception." "Mom, please. Don't leave." "Emma, stop being so dramatic. People have surgery every day. You'll be asleep. You won't even know I'm gone. You're 19, you need to grow up." The world doesn't stop because you're having a medical procedure. She left at 11:30. I watched her walk out in her regular clothes, heading home to put on her bridesmaid dress and drive to a wedding, while I went into surgery alone. The nurses were kind. One named Angela held my hand as they wheeled me to the OR. The anesthesiologist spoke gently. The surgeons squeezed my shoulder and promised I'd be okay. But none of them were my mother. I woke at 4 p.m. in recovery, groggy, nauseous, abdomen aching from the incisions. A nurse checked my vitals. "How are you feeling?" "Tired, it hurts." "That's normal. We'll give you pain meds." "Is your mom here yet?" "No. She went to a wedding." The nurse's expression flickered. Surprise, judgment, pity. "Well, someone should be here with you. Do you have anyone you can call?" I nodded weakly and reached for my phone. I called my roommate Jessica. She arrived within an hour, brought me clean clothes and sat with me while I cried, not from the surgery pain, but from the absence of the person who should have been there. Mom showed up at 8 that evening, still in her bridesmaid dress. She smelled like champagne and perfume. "How did it go?" she asked casually. "They removed my appendix. It was about to rupture. The surgeon said if I'd waited a few more hours, it would have been much worse." "Well, good thing we got you here when we did." She sat in the chair beside my bed. "The wedding was beautiful. Karen looked stunning. The venue was incredible. You should have seen the flowers." I stared at her. "I had emergency surgery, Mom. And you're fine now. Everything worked out. Karen was so happy I was there. She said it wouldn't have been the same without me. She cried when she saw me. She was so worried I wouldn't come." "I cried because you left me," I whispered. "Oh, Emma, don't be dramatic. You're fine. The surgery went perfectly. And I was there for Karen on the most important day of her life. Everyone wins. Except I didn't feel like I'd won anything. I felt like I'd learned exactly where I stood in my mother's priorities. Below a friendship, below a party, below someone else's special day. That was 8 years ago. 8 years of building a life where I didn't depend on Mom for anything important. I graduated college, got a job in marketing at a pharmaceutical company, then moved up, twice, into better positions. At 27, I was hired as marketing director at Biotech Solutions, managing a team of 12 and reporting directly to the VP. Mom and I maintained a surface-level relationship. Birthday phone calls. Christmas dinners. She talked about Karen constantly. Karen's new house, Karen's kids, Karen's promotion, Karen's business. Karen this, Karen that. The friend who had mattered more than me. Mom worked for Karen's company for 15 years. Karen had started a consulting firm after her wedding and hired Mom as her office manager. Mom was proud, so proud, of being part of Karen's success. Then last month Mom called me crying. "Karen fired me." "What?" I nearly dropped my phone. "She fired me after 15 years. She said the company's restructuring and my position is being eliminated." "That's awful. I'm so sorry." "I don't understand," Mom sobbed. "We're best friends. I was at her wedding. I helped her build this company. I've been loyal for 15 years and she just let me go. Gave me 2 week severance and told me to clear out my desk." The irony wasn't lost on me. The friend she had chosen over my emergency surgery had discarded her without hesitation. "What are you going to do?" I asked gently. "I don't know. I've been applying to jobs, but no one wants to hire a 52-year-old office manager. Everyone wants people who know new software, people who can do social media. I don't know how to do any of that." Her voice cracked. For a moment I felt sympathy. Then she said the words I had expected and dreaded. "Do you think your company is hiring? Could you put in a word for me? You want to work at my company?" "I need a job, Emma. I have a mortgage, bills. I've been applying for a month and no one's called me back. You're a director. You must have influence. Could you help me?" I thought about myself at 19, crying on a gurney, begging her not to leave, waking up alone, her arriving smelling like champagne. "Let me think about it," I said. 2 weeks passed. Mom called almost every day. Her savings were draining. She'd borrowed money from Dad to make her mortgage payment. She was unraveling. Then yesterday she showed up at my office. I was in a meeting when my assistant knocked. "Your mother is here. She says it's urgent." I wrapped up and went to the lobby. Mom stood there in an interview suit that hung a little loose. She'd lost weight. Her eyes were red. "Emma, please. I need to talk to you." I brought her to my office and closed the door. She started crying before she even sat. I can't find a job. I've applied everywhere. I'm too old, too inexperienced with technology. I'm going to lose my house. Please, Emma. You're a director. You hire people. There has to be something, reception, data entry, anything. I looked at her across my desk. The same woman who left me alone for emergency surgery because a wedding mattered more. The same woman who chose her best friend over her daughter. You're asking me to help you, I said quietly, after Karen threw you away. Don't say it like that. That's what happened, Mom. You sacrificed me for her and she discarded you anyway. I made a mistake, okay? I should have stayed with you that day. But I was trying to be a good friend to Karen. I thought friendship meant showing up no matter what. And being a mother means what? I asked softly. She flinched. I know I hurt you. I've regretted it. But that was 8 years ago. Are you really going to hold that against me forever? You told me to grow up. That the world doesn't stop for a medical procedure. That you had obligations. Emma, please. I'm begging you. I need this job. I need help. I'm your mother. I thought about Angela, the nurse who held my hand. About Jessica, my roommate who came when I called. About everyone who had shown up when my own mother didn't. We have an opening in administrative support, I said slowly. Entry level. Filing, data entry, scheduling. It pays $38,000 a year. You'd report to the office manager, who reports to someone who reports to me. I'll take it, she whispered. Thank you. Thank you so much. But you need to understand something, I continued. I'm recommending you as a candidate, not as my mother. You'll go through the normal interview process. You'll be evaluated like anyone else. No special treatment. No exceptions. Of course. I understand. And if you ever bring up our personal relationship at work, ever, or try to use me for advancement, you'll be fired immediately. She nodded, tears streaming. I understand. Thank you, Emma. You don't know what this means. I do know. I met her eyes. It means you're in the position I was in 8 years ago. Desperate, needing support from someone who could choose to leave. She stared at me, something dawning, maybe understanding, maybe regret. I'm not leaving, I said. I'm helping you because that's what family should do. But don't mistake this for forgiveness. Don't mistake professionalism for repairing what you broke. This is me being the person you couldn't be. I forwarded her information to HR. She has an interview next week. As she walked out of my office, still crying but with relief, I thought about Karen. The friend who had been worth more than her daughter's surgery. The friend who fired her without hesitation. Mom was learning the hard way which relationships actually mattered. Which people showed up when things got hard. I just hoped the lesson hadn't come too late.